Hello everyone, my name is HM3 Moulton, and thank you once again for tuning in to the latest episode of our Meritorious Advancement Program series brought to you by Lead 360. On today's episode, we're going to start breaking down the Meritorious Advancement Program grading sheet, starting with the primary duty/job performance block and the subcategories that are listed within, and they're as follows: description/time and position, accomplishments, number of personnel supervised, professional knowledge and rating expertise, and Navy Command Mission Impact. However, before we go any further with today's episode, I want to remind everyone that if you haven't done so already, please check out our other two videos regarding the Meritorious Advancement Program. They include topics such as the basics and structure of MAP, as well as a sit-down discussion that I did with HM1 Moore, going over some of the questions and topics that sailors are often coming to their leadership with. Now, let's get started, and we're going to begin with the description/time and position subcategory. This is a list of the things that you do daily for your job and the duties that are expected of you regarding that job, as well as how long you've been doing said job. Using myself as an example, I am a general duty corpsman on a nursing ward, and some of my basic duties include activities of daily living for patients, vital signs, lab draws, IVs, among other things. And I've been doing said job for almost a year and a half. As with the majority of the categories that are in this primary duty/job performance block, your description and time and position is always a fluidly changing subtopic. Not only is the time that you hold that position constantly changing, however, the description of what you're required to do and what you're doing may change because as time goes on, you may become a subject matter expert and you may be required or expected to do more things. Moving on to the accomplishments subcategory, these are things that were positive outcomes resulting from the work that you do in your primary duty and job. They are always cause and effect in relationship, and an example would be you performing X amount of vital signs resulting in identifying X amount of critical patients resulting in X amount of rapid response events being triggered. Due to your quick efforts, this resulted in X amount of patients recovering successfully and X amount of patients being transferred to a higher echelon of care. Again, the accomplishments relating to your job performance will change depending on what type of work you do and where you work, and they are not solely limited to just the basics of what you do for your job. Your accomplishments are also related to the other subcategories such as number of personnel supervised, professional knowledge and rating expertise, and Navy Command and Mission Impact, which we'll expand upon further. Moving on to number of personnel supervised, this is exactly what it sounds like, how many personnel you are directly supervising. It's also important to point out that those who are not non-commissioned officers in the rank of E4 and above are also responsible for supervising personnel and can have those responsibilities. For example, on my nursing ward, we have a responsibility known as the shift leader, which include making sure that other personnel are stripping and readying rooms in a timely manner, making sure that those rooms are stocked and the rest of the nursing station supplies are stocked, as well as making sure that everyone receives their breaks in a timely manner. Once again, I want to point out that this topic, along with the other topics, are subject to change depending on the type of work that you do and how long you've been working there. Moving on to the professional knowledge and rating expertise subtopic, this includes things such as courses that you attend or certifications that you earn that increase the knowledge of your rate or your job that you currently perform. For example, on my nursing ward, the corpsmen have the opportunity to go to what's called the Joint Enlisted Medication Administration course, or JMAC, which allows us to become certified to take our own patients, deliver our own medications, and basically function as an LPN. There are a great many other courses and certifications that you can attend and acquire that will enhance your professional knowledge and rating expertise, including things such as Emergency Medical Technician, or EMT, Advanced Life Support, and Pediatric Advanced Life Support, just to name a few. I would highly recommend anyone who has questions regarding what opportunities are available to them meet with their immediate chain of command as well as their naval career counselor. They can not only help answer your questions, but also guide you to using the appropriate resources such as Navy Cool, which could help you enhance your professional knowledge and rating expertise. Last but not least, we're going to go over Navy Command and Mission Impact. This is how your primary duty and job performance affect the Navy, the command, and the mission statement of both, which can typically be found in Block 28 of your periodic evaluation. These could include things such as maintaining operational readiness, training the next generation of sailors, and so on. I want to also again emphasize, as I pointed out earlier, a lot of the subcategories that are in this primary duty and job performance block are all interconnected and interrelated. For example, the number of personnel that you supervise, your professional knowledge and rating expertise, and your Navy Command and Mission Impact are all things that you could list under accomplishments. Depending on your professional knowledge and rating expertise, you could be in charge of supervising more personnel or be in charge of supervising training for personnel as they onboard to your work center. The primary duty and job performance section of the Meritorious Advancement Program greeting sheet is often one of the most overlooked, despite the fact that it's worth twice the amount of points as the majority of the other sections. And it only reinforces the notion that in order to build a strong house, you have to have a very strong foundation to begin with. However, you cannot understate the importance of this section and being good at your job, which is why this portion is worth so much in your grading. Thank you all again for listening to today's episode, and before we sign off, I want to once again reiterate that the overview and introductions to these sections of the Meritorious Advancement grading sheets are very brief in nature, and you should always get with your leadership in order to go through a further in-depth analysis. Your leadership and chain of command are the ones who can observe your direct work center and tell you the best ways to make yourself competitive and stand out amongst your peers. Always reach out to them for guidance and mentorship, and always reevaluate yourself in your process to become competitive for advancement. And as always, please stay tuned for the next episode where I sat down once again with HM1 More to go over some of the primary duty and job performance subtopics and some things to help make you more competitive and stand out amongst your peers. Thank you all once again for listening, and we'll see you next time.